And welcome back to another edition of Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Today we're continuing along with the Megawatt Revolution. This is map 10, Lab of the Lost. I like this map. A lot of distinct areas. I like all the damaging floors. It keeps you on your toes. Also crawling through the ventilation shafts and ductwork. That's kind of cool. Number of different ways to go about clearing this map. I think the one I'm going to show you might be one that suits you. Well, you'll have to let me know in the comments otherwise. The game is powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell on Earth platform. As always, we're playing on the ultra-violence difficulty setting, the 4th slot of difficulty, in order to get 100% in these 3 categories. There are 61 kills to be had, 4 secrets to find, and 3 items to pick up. Hope to be able to show you how to do all of that. So let's get a look at our surroundings. We can't open that door. This one's marked storage, and that one's marked laboratory. We can get through those. The transporter, of course, we cannot. That's the exit. We don't have the red key. It would be surprising if we did, wouldn't it? So let's just open this door for the first thing to do, just for the purpose of grabbing that shotgun or shotgun. There are more enemies in there, specifically imps, but we're not going to continue in that room until we just clear out the one shotgunner in this room, because we want to take the shotgunner's ammo, plus the box of shells to take on all those imps. And while we're here, yeah, let's get rid of that pesky lost soul. We'll be crawling around in those ducts soon enough anyway. We don't have the blue key, so we can't raise those bars, so that's it for now in this room. Back to where we offed the shotgunner, and now on both sides there are imps, so just be mindful of that for the crossfire. Yeah, we did just raise that grate, so you can use a chainsaw, your fist, whatever, to open up the various grates. I think we got all the imps there. There we go. There are more enemies and areas to explore in this general area. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get over there. A little bit of strafe running. My goodness, this is never a good idea. To get over to that area, we're going to grab that plasma rifle. So let's go ahead and see. Oh yeah, a successful strafe run. Who knew? So why don't we go ahead now and continue. Pick up a little ammo. That's always nice. And yes, that is an arachnotron just around the corner from here, so let's just dispose of this lost soul. Yeah, I'd rather fight the arachnotron here. We can't approach it by coming up a lift through the goo, but you'll find your rad suit will run out and you're still dancing around with this character and others. I'd rather dispose of it just like that. We'll come back to this area later. We are going to open our way into this room. Oftentimes when you play this map, you come through that door over there, get rid of the cackle first, and then the myriad of zombie men in this room. I do it the opposite way, just simply because we're going to double back anyway. So let's go ahead and get the party started. Just get rid of the first one, and hopefully you just don't take too much hit scanner damage. There we go. I think we got everybody. Everybody was invited. Okay, good. So let's go ahead, grab the rad suit. If you're pistol started, there's your armor. Hit the switch and let's head back in because we're not done exploring. We're going to go into the goo now, not down below, but we're going to take out that plasma rifle that we picked up for a reason. Yeah, this Revenant's a real nuisance, especially in this goo. There's an arachnotron hidden in here. So let's just keep moving around. We'll do the arachnotron dance. Well, you should dance a little bit better than that, I guess. There we go. And let's hit this lift. Let's go up. We're going to do this sequence twice because the second time we're going to come back for the mega armor that was next to those imps. So you can normally go straight. Just go first, grab the computer area map, of course, and then drop down for some more lost soul fun and some more ductwork crawling. Where are we here? Okay, we're getting close to another secret. Let's go ahead and grab that red key. And I think it's just here on the left, if memory serves. There we go. Yeah, another secret. So let's get the super shotgun. That's always nice. And a partial invisibility. That can't hurt. Our rad suit is running out. So much for that lost soul. We don't want to go out through that main area. I don't think we can open that grate anyway. And we continue along. So here's what I was talking about. We'll come back here just to get that blue armor. If you really need it, go get it now. But I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to the... Actually, we'll switch over to the chain gun. Let's head over here. Yes, there is an arch file over there. We don't have to worry about it quite yet. It'll only be released when we hit a switch in another area of this room. So let's go ahead, go to these crates, and then over to that box of rockets. It's a secret area. Yeah, that's great. Try to avoid jumping on top of the chainsaw if you're an anti-chainsaw person like I am. All right, we'll take out the rocket launcher. We have cleared the the imps from this area when we first approach. So do we off the Archvile with some rockets? Often foolish. And this time maybe no exception. Okay. Well, if you didn't fare as well, then there are some health bonuses here. You can go ahead, or health packs rather, and you can grab those. I think now's the time we should probably go ahead and track down that Revenant. See, that's where we got the plasma rifle and snuck through. All right, let's take care of... we didn't really do much damage. I was lucky I got hung up on the wall, but the the Mancubus was a poor shot. Well, that was just pure luck. Okay, pick up the ammo as you go. There's another imp over here. That's perfect. And another super shotgun. That's always nice. Health if you need it. Some more ammo. Fantastic. Yes, I like to just... It's always fun to blow up all those barrels and just watch the cascading effect. That's fun. So let's go over here. We're going to blow up these barrels, but we're going to take out our rocket launcher. And because below it's a drop into the goo, but there's also a bunch of shotgunners to tangle with a bunch of barrels. So let's go ahead. Yeah, hopefully we got all of them. Looks like we did. So let's just go ahead into here for another area to explore. And head up. We went through the green goo wall, by the way, if I was a little too quick for you, to the secret area. And since we got rid of the Revenant, we don't have to worry about getting some Revenant fire while we're in here. All right, so we're going to take a tiny bit of damage, I guess. Let's head over this way, get rid of the barrels, and we do want the blue key. We get the impartial visibility too, so let's head up. This basically takes us back, yeah, to that room. This is where we started that part off. So why don't we go now? Let's take, I say, a rocket. We have our invisibility, so that's okay. We do want the barrels to explode. It looks like they did. And it looks like all the cacos, except for a few. Oh, there's another one over there. Perhaps we'll catch it on this way. Where are you, caco? There you are. There. Very much damaged and injured. And that's how I dispose of it. So how are we doing here? Yeah, we're doing okay. We have all the secrets and all the items. We do still have some enemies, and that's easy enough to do. Why don't we go ahead now with the blue key? Having it, we can now press that switch. You remember we were in here at the initial part just to get some more shotgun shells. Yeah, so before you press those buttons, just make sure that these captured zombie men are offed first, because if you get blocked, you won't be able to get your 100%, because things do descend. You'll see from here. That one goes up. That one goes up. But if it's blocked and the zombie man doesn't get squished, you don't get your 100%. So I always dispose of the tied up zombie men first. There we go. We do have a decent amount of ammo, as you can see. And another Mancubus. But we're okay, because we have this protective wall to use as a hold point, and we've now disposed of the Mancubus. There are some pinkies just here around the corner. And except for a Hell Knight, that should be it as far as enemies go. There is a shotgunner right here. That's kind of the only surprise from these switches. And that one just gets dark. And this takes us down to where the caco is. And this is where a lot of players actually start off kind of near the beginning. I do it kind of towards the end. That's how I clear those areas. So I'll take the rad suit again. And we're going to go back this way. If you remember, I did mention that we were going to come back here just simply to get the mega armor. And I'm good for my word. So let's just go ahead and grab that mega armor. We'll just find our way over to the right duct. It's not this one. We're going to keep going. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. It clearly doesn't count as an item. I want to show you how to do it in case you certainly need it. So you end up here. If you remember over here, this is where the Archvile was. So why don't we go ahead? And that's it. So now we pretty well have everything we need. We have one Hell Knight left. Yes, that's all that's left. So we're going to head over to the exit with our red key, because that's all that remains. And I don't know, maybe a couple of rockets? I mean, why not? So let's go ahead And that's it. So why don't we do our final count? Yes, all 61 kills, all 4 secrets, and all 3 items. You do know what that means. Indeed, we are done. Lab of the Lost. I think that's an efficient and good way to go about clearing the map and a good use of the rat suits. You notice there's a lot of rat suits in the way that I proceeded through the map. I didn't have to use too many. And we didn't take any damage from the damaging floor. So if you have a better approach, yeah, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Why not? We can always learn from each other. But if you did enjoy the walkthrough, regardless of what you thought, if you got the better tips or tricks in mind, or you got them from me, yeah, hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.